Welcome back to another episode of Sister Friends.
Welcome, welcome. I'm Lindsay.
Tanya,
Angie.
and we can't forget Zoe.
She is our special guest for the night.
Yeah, she's been joining us. So, so if this is your first time here, thank you for joining us. And this is just a community of girlfriends, sister friends, just to kind of talk about different journeys we're going through, different paths or the same paths that we're on. So hopefully, something that we talk about, whether it be in this episode or future episodes, um, something connects with you. Yeah.
So you are our Bellas and
Bells.
Bells.
You've been saying
Bells, Bellas. What? No, Bellas.
Bells.
Bells.
Bells. Y'all my bitches, okay? Whatever. Um, and so we're glad that you are back with us, and hopefully you will continue to do so and let us know. We're looking for feedback.
Absolutely.
So tonight we're going to dive into the aspect of vulnerability. Are we vulnerable? How are we vulnerable? And why?
Yeah.
Ew.
I know. I'm already like,
I'm already uncomfortable.
Oh, I know. And but that's the whole point.
Yeah.
no, you're right.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But just even like that word
Mhm.
is like,
Yeah.
oh. So before we get into the topic of discussion, I just want to thank you, Angie. Angie got us our logos on our cups.
Check it out. Check it out.
Very cute.
As you know, purple is our favorite color. Sister Friends is our name. And a shout out to one of the most fabulous nurses I've ever come in contact with, Caitlin Tessa Rafferty. Shout out to you, girlfriend.
Thank you, Caitlin. Caitlin, you did a great job.
Thank you.
So I think we'll probably be reaching out to you for some more things, some
Definitely.
more swag as we move forward in Sister Friends. But I love it. It looks so
Yeah.
cute. I love the logo on here. And
She did a
very
great
nice.
job.
Thank you for hooking that up.
Very welcome.
Thank you, Caitlin. And so, how's everyone's weekend so far?
Good. I'm very glad I have time off
Yeah.
because I
yes.
definitely need it.
What
It,
can
it
you?
was very nice to have Good Friday and just sleep and start to get ready on, my projects because God forbid I just not do anything.
Like home projects?
Of course.
Okay, what are you doing? Last time
So
she
last
was painting doors.
yes,
Her
Yeah.
interior doors
Yeah.
at home.
I painted all of them black and I did not realize how many freaking doors I had until I started that project. 18. 18 doors. And I did a whole setup in the garage. So
I don't know how many doors I have either.
listen,
I don't.
you don't want to know. Not for nothing, no, unless
I
you
don't
have to
wanna
do
know.
something. So I set up the garage and I put down the paint drops, drop cloths.
Yeah.
They're huge. And I would literally take 2 or 3 doors at a time, paint one side, then the next day flip it, paint the other side, then to finally put it back in the house. You want to know why? Because my husband told me that his father would always remove the doors to paint them. And I was like, really? Because I was just going to paint them right there.
Mm-hmm.
And when we spoke to Pops said, no, I don't do that unless I have to sand it.
Oh my God.
And I looked at my husband. I was like, husband, I said, okay, well, that's all right. Because,
No, we can't play right now.
I listened to my husband, and it was a good idea for me to remove them. And this is why I got a paint gun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it is fabulous. I can't wait. I'm super excited because my oldest daughter just moved.
She's super excited about a paint gun. Come on. It's so different.
I know.
I'm like, oh, paint gun. Yeah. Household things. Yeah.
They were like, oh, you're
I'm
relaxing?
not about that life.
They're like, you're relaxing? I said, yeah.
Yeah, that's not
How are you
relaxing.
relaxing when you're, I'm like, this
So,
is the way
so
I
what are your
relax.
projects for the time
This
you
week?
have off? Yeah.
So Jai just moved into her new apartment, and I
Jai
will
is her daughter.
be,
If you're
sorry,
just joining us,
Jai is my eldest.
Yes.
She is 28 years old. She moved from Fall River to Taunton. Cute little apartment, still on the 3rd floor. So my mother asked the other day, "Oh, can I go over?" I said, "I don't think so. I don't think you want to go up all those stairs, but we
Zoe,
shall see."
over here.
So she wants me to redo her kitchen cabinets and all that with it's like, I want to say it's like tape, you know what I mean? So to cover up everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna do black for the cabinets and fake granite for the countertop. She sent me a
Fake
TikTok.
granite.
Yeah, because it's just plastic.
Oh.
She said fake granite.
I'm not actually removing the countertop and putting a new, which I can do. I've done it before. And then she's like, "Oh, Mom, maybe you'll do the floors too. You know, sand them like how you did at Maxfield Street." I said, "Yeah, if you find someone that's gonna bring the machine up, because that machine is heavy as all get out." I had to ask Shawnee, remember Shawnee
Yeah.
from next door
Yeah.
at Chancery Street, to help me bring it into Maxfield because it was 250 pounds.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that by myself.
So
That sounds like fun.
that's your project, is helping Jai this week.
Yes.
Okay.
And reorganizing the garage because I didn't do that during February break.
All right.
Well, we started our Good Friday off by sending our girls to Spain. So we woke up early in the morning
Yeah.
and brought them to the school. So they were off on their vacation. So
Yeah, their trip to Madrid and Lisbon.
Yeah.
And so we were really happy for them.
Yeah.
And, there were about, I think, altogether 57 high school teenagers.
Oh, I didn't think it was that many. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
yeah.
And they're going to spend the next 9 days,
Yeah.
10 days touring Madrid and Lisbon. So that's exciting, and we were happy for them. I have a little cold, so that's what I've been dealing with.
I gotta make you my honey.
My mother said the same thing.
Oh.
She said she's going to BJ's to get me this honey at BJ's and with smashed lemons and grog.
Oh, so mine is a little different.
She did.
Okay.
For those of you that are not Cape Verdean, grog is a homemade moonshine. Mine, it's raw organic honey with grated garlic, ginger, turmeric, cayenne pepper, and cinnamon. It's bomb. I eat it just like that because, you know, whatever. It's very tasty. But you can just put it in tea.
Yeah,
and have it
yeah,
that way.
yeah, in tea. Sorry, and then what I just said with tea.
Yeah.
And so we'll see, because it's my chest is bothering me a little bit.
Yeah, it's really good. So it's like you'll make a toddy.
A toddy. I like toddies.
Toddies
A
are
spring
great.
toddy.
The spring toddy.
There you
Yes.
go.
How about you, Lindsay? Anything?
No, just getting Elena ready for Spain, like packing
Yeah.
and making sure everything, getting money and making sure she didn't
all the things.
overpack.
Yeah.
Well, we know she has all her travel size things.
Oh my goodness, she's so organized. She's like a little Girl Scout. Very opposite
She would
of her
be
mother.
my goddaughter.
Yeah, she carries everything. Like, Lena, you have a Band-Aid? Of course I do.
Uh-huh.
Lena, do you have floss? Of course I do.
I like that too.
I know.
Tight stick, anyone? Like,
I carry- I carry a
yes,
tight
I carry a
stick, too.
phone.
Yeah. I was telling you, I think it was at the gala. I was like, oh, I have to replenish my floss because
Yeah.
I don't have any more floss in my
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah.
And that's not okay for me.
Yes.
No, yeah, it isn't for you. We know
Yeah,
that.
she's very much like her godmother.
Oh, well, good. And I know they're having a great time. So.
And I did text both of them during their
Oh, you
layover.
did?
Yep.
Oh.
And I told them, just as another adult person type of thing, if they need anything, if anything happens, don't hesitate to text or call me. whatever you need, I will be there. So they both
Sweet.
hearted it.
Thank you.
So, of course.
Well, I'm very excited about our new mics.
Oh,
Whoop,
yes.
whoop. You see it? It's all bold.
Yeah, I like it. Versus
Yes.
what we were starting out with. So
We're
every
moving up in the
episode,
world.
yeah, right.
Yes.
We're moving it on up. So I love it. Thank you, Christian. Good job.
Yes, very good job. Small
Yeah.
improvements. That's what
Yeah.
definitely matters.
Yeah. So I do. I'm enjoying it. I had something else to say, but I can't think.
Well, before we jump into the main topic of tonight's episode,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you and talk to you about your jeans. So, in the second episode, if you've seen it, she had these fabulous wide leg jeans, and a few of my friends have come up to me and asked me where she got them. And I was like, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check in because I too want them. So, if you would please let
Yeah.
us know.
So those are one of my favorite jeans. They're so comfortable. And they're actually from my mom and I have a shop in New Bedford, Celia's Boutique, and those jeans are from there and they're French dressing. So that was from last season. So we don't have that style
That's
right
what I was just going to
now.
ask. Okay.
But we have a bunch of other
Yep.
ones that you can go in and try them on
Perfect.
and see if you like something. But those are the jeans, and French dressing is like mwah.
Fabulous. Like you can tell just by looking at it, the quality of the jeans are great.
Yeah, I do like those jeans, and I do wear them a lot.
Yeah, they're cute.
They're
Yeah,
super
they're
cute.
cute.
All right. Okay, Zoe's getting real comfortable here. Zoe, let Lindsay be. All right, so let's get into it.
Vulnerability. Yep. I think you should go first, Miss Lady.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this whole process of the podcast is very vulnerable for me. Just speaking, I'm not, if anybody knows me, I'm not a fan of public speaking. So,
Although you do fabulous.
no,
all the
Yeah.
time.
but I don't love it. I have a lot of anxiety over it. So, but sharing in this platform with my sisters, I feel so much better, like more comfortable. But it's very uncomfortable to put yourself out there because then you're wondering, like, after we tape and then it gets posted, I'm like, oh my God, what did I say? Like, I get all in my head about it. Like, did everything that I was saying come out correctly?
Yeah.
Like, I start judging myself, and it's quite painful. So, yeah, vulnerability is hard. It's hard to get over, but I think the more that we do this, it's helping me to, like I said, use my authentic voice and
Yeah.
just be yourself. Because sometimes we wear many masks throughout the community. Like we're not always 100% ourselves. When we're at work, we're a work person. We're at home, and that's how I feel.
Yeah, no,
Definitely agree with that.
I do too. I think I'm on like the Lindsay train. Um,
Choo choo.
yeah,
Yeah.
I am because everything you just mentioned is how I'm feeling right now. Just putting ourselves out here is huge. And I know for me, I know we talked about doing this a while back, and now that we're doing it, I'm still so nervous. And I am I'm not big on speaking either, unless I have something to say.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not one of those people to just talk to hear my own voice or talk just to talk. And so I'm like vulnerable right now, just
Talking about the vulnerability.
talking about the vulnerability. And that's in like so many areas.
Yeah.
And not just here. And again, yeah, okay, how did I sound? How did I look?
Yeah.
Are people gonna like it? Are people not gonna like it? And the whole thing about people liking it, not liking it, for me now, I care about that less.
Yes.
But I still care.
Yes.
Which
Agreed.
I wish I didn't,
Yeah.
Right.
but I don't care as much. And I don't know if that has to do with maturing, getting old, as far as
Yes.
that goes, experience, and also having this sisterhood, and having whether it be here or even like my girlfriends outside of here, and just having that support system with your family and the people that mean something to you, and know that they're going to be by your side and be with you no matter what.
Right.
And so for that, I think it bothers me less, a lot less. But
You still think about it.
yeah, you're human.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
Like Lindsay, Angie and I will talk. Oh, did you watch that episode? What did you think?
Nope.
And
I do not watch them at all.
I watch it like
No.
the countdown and all, and my husband has posted
right.
a picture of me like getting ready to watch it because I'm like, all right, let's see
No,
how
I
it
hate the
looks
sound
all
of my
put together.
Yeah, I hate the sound
I
of my
hate the
voice.
sound of my
And right
voice.
now with the cold, it's even worse. It's going to be worse.
I don't want to watch it. Like, I'll like it like on TikTok and things like that, and I'll share it and repost it, but I'm just not going to watch it. I lived it.
Right. But I think a lot of people, like what we're talking about right now, I
Yeah.
think a lot of people feel this way.
Yeah.
A lot of women, girls,
Yep.
young girls, and I wish that I was less vulnerable when I was younger,
Yes.
because then I think it would be easier
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, because I don't want my girls to feel the way,
Exactly.
oh, wait this long
Right.
to actually come into yourself. Like, I really want them to feel confident enough to use their voice at, 16, 12 or younger. I want them to feel confident
Yeah.
enough because I know I wasn't. I know I wouldn't be able to do half of the things that, my daughter does.
Agreed.
So being able to nurture that for somebody else, but still growing in your own self, like it's,
And feeling comfortable in your own skin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Okay, so I have a story. So we went to the gala and I wore my hair curly. Now,
Loved it.
I do
so
not.
the gala that she speaks of, it was the Cape Verdean recognition
No, Cape Verdean Association of New Bedford.
gala. And it was at Century House, and we were all together.
Yes.
So
It was a great event.
Yes, it
but
was.
those who know me, I usually wear my hair pulled back, and it's usually either blow dried, and I wore my hair curly. And I know it's like maybe for everyone else, like it's not a big deal, but since I was little, like I don't know if this is just my Cape Verdean grandmother making comments about my hair when I was younger that have stayed with me. So when I wear my hair curly, I feel like I look like I'm crazy. She used to tell me that I was wild because my hair was curly. And that's something that like stayed with me, and I'm not comfortable wearing my hair curly. And it's crazy because even people
I
like I
never
would
knew
wear my
that.
hair curly.
I
I've been
didn't
wearing
either.
it curly at work.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh my God, your hair's naturally curly. And I'm like, yeah, it's naturally curly. And they're like amazed. And I'm like, no, I just always pull it back because I've always been so self-conscious because I don't know, like it's
No,
just,
I get that. Your
Yeah,
hair looked
Same.
beautiful.
Yes, it did.
Right?
I love the curls.
Me too.
so for me, that was really being vulnerable
Yeah.
and getting comfortable with just my hair being natural because like even in like work settings or professional settings, I've always blow dried my hair. I've always pulled it back and because I'm caught up in that, oh, it's just more professional looking.
Right.
Right.
And I know that's not the case, but just,
So I could definitely relate because my mother has done it to me my entire life, has always spoke about my curly hair, and she would say to me, why do you freeze your hair? And I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm not freezing. It's natural.
Yeah.
So I embrace my curls. I do it to spite, and to make sure that I'm wearing my true natural hair and other aspects of myself. And, I told my mother, well, my hair came from you. You wanted to go and have a child with someone that had nappy hair. Hello, this is what you get. I don't have your hair. But it's okay because I love my curls. And I hardly ever straighten my hair. And seemingly, I'm a different person when I have straight hair.
What
I-
do
You
you
I-
feel different?
Well,
You-
yeah,
yeah?
I do.
When your hair's straight?
Because I
yeah.
like, I'm not used to it, so I'm like, oh, do I touch it? Do I just leave it alone? I don't know what to do with it. If my daughter Jai tells me that my hair's not trained, so any little bit of moisture in the air, goodbye, straight hair. And this is why I like my curls. So I wore my hair curly for my wedding.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you girls know this. I don't know if I shared this. I had gone to my original hairdresser. And as soon as I said that, she was like, oh no, you can't wear your hair
No,
curly
you
for your
didn't tell us
wedding.
that.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh? Excuse me? Like, how are you
Gonna
tell
tell
me
me
tell
how I'm gonna
me
wear my hair.
how
Yeah.
I'm going to wear my
my
hair
wedding.
Yeah.
on wedding, no wedding, whatever, on any typical day? So I said, all right, thank you very much. I went to someone else. And I got my curly do because that is exactly what I wanted. Because I knew I'd be dancing my ass off. So I was not about to have
Sweat it out.
straight hair. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
And it looked beautiful.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we're talking about hair. It sounds like
Yeah, I mean, no,
vulnerability
I mean,
and
we
hair.
that's just a vulnerability of mine. I know it's always, like I said, been something that, like, when I wear it out and curly, I'm always like, oh, is it too much? Is it too big? Is it? And I'm like, that's part of me not wanting to take up space in places. Like, I kind of just want to, be like everybody else. Like, just want to pull it back and just, keep it professional and that's it. But I think that's just my own insecurity
Right.
about me. And so when I felt very vulnerable, very like exposed. Like, oh yeah.
We're definitely gonna have to post a picture because we took a lot.
I was just thinking
We took
that.
lots of pictures.
We
at
did.
the
We took a lot of
gala.
pictures.
We will post a
And-
picture
Of
the
my-
curl.
Yes, and it was
Gorgeous.
fabulous.
It was.
Absolutely fabulous.
But yeah,
Yeah.
It was definitely. Excuse me.
And with vulnerability, out of the three of us, I'm the talker. I'm
Absolutely.
the one
You are.
that
no, you are the most
Is
chattiest.
she
The most chatty.
I am the most chatty. I love talking to people. I love like figuring things out. I like to. I'm the person that talks to strangers in the elevator.
Yeah.
That's me. Yeah.
Everybody else just wants to get to the second floor, and she's like, "Hey!" She turns around and has a conversation. I'm like,
Yep, full blown conference. I get names. I get numbers. Like,
"Hi, where are you going?"
Yeah,
I'm like,
and-
"We're just second floor. That's all."
yeah, and I'm like, oh, you're not like that. I remember Kristen the first time.
And
she
sometimes
was
that
in
can be
the
vulnerable
elevator.
for people too.
Yeah,
you
they're
know,
like-
just like
Why are you talking to me?
right.
Yeah.
I just want to get
But
where I'm
seemingly,
going.
I get a good response. I have yet to get like no response or don't talk to me. Everybody's like, oh well, da, 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 and it could be just the way I go about it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't care. I just talk to everybody.
That's good.
don't wanna-
It's a great
you don't wanna
quality.
talk-
That
That's
is
okay.
that is a great quality.
I need to get better at that. That's something I know I need to get better at. I know I don't. I'm quiet. I feel like I'm quiet.
And I think I'm in the middle of both of you
Yes.
when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I'll talk, of course, and chat, but definitely not like Angie, and definitely not like Lindsay. Like I just feel like I'll chat, we'll talk about what we need to talk about,
Yeah.
and then I keep it
Yeah, that's
moving.
right. You're like right in the middle.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
you
right
are.
in the middle,
It's funny.
and I'm the type I like my space and I like my quiet time, and then I love being around people and
Yep.
doing all that, but I would like to get better with that. No, not as much as you do, and I'm okay.
I don't think we'll get to that level,
No.
that comfort level, but that's okay.
That's okay. You
This
know?
is big.
This is huge right now.
This
Even
is
just
huge.
talking about it and sharing.
Yes.
You know, because this is a side that a lot of people may not know,
Right.
and some
Yep.
may,
Yep.
and so I still need to get used to this, and it like stresses me out sometimes.
Yeah.
And I am an anxious person,
Yeah.
anyways.
Yep.
Right. Right. You start thinking about it like when you're in bed and you're supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you
Oh,
go through
Lord
like,
Jesus,
what did I
yeah.
say to that person? Or
Yeah.
did I sound silly? Did I sound stupid? Like you start questioning everything. Like I need to stop doing that.
I do too.
I am very extremely hard on myself.
And we shouldn't be.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be that hard.
Give
you
yourself
know?
grace.
Exactly.
No, exactly. I give grace to everyone else,
Yes.
but I don't give myself as much grace as I should. You're absolutely right.
And I don't think that's just us. That is
Yeah.
It's
that
innate.
is common. I know
Yes.
that's common with
Yes.
Yeah.
when I talk to a lot of my girlfriends, same thing, we need to give ourselves grace, and we need to remind each other of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to do a better job with that, and because when you remind someone else,
It's a reminder for yourself.
yeah,
I know. I like we were saying, like I do that for my girls. I tell them, I'm
Yes.
like, Elena, nobody's really thinking about
no,
that.
nobody's really thinking about you.
Nobody cares about you as much as you care about yourself.
Yeah.
But
You think
You
they're
know,
gonna take
yeah, they're
this
not-
time?
no.
No, because in 5 seconds something else happens,
Right.
and that's occupying.
But I
their
need to
mind.
take that advice. 'Cause I'm laying in bed,
Yeah.
going through this laundry list of things I said all day.
Yeah.
True.
Geez, that makes me think. Should I do that more? No, I don't. I don't want to.
No,
No.
don't.
My brain
Don't add
has
more
a
work.
lot.
No.
Yeah. There's
No,
enough
it's-
going on, occupied with all kinds of stuff.
No,
Oh, yeah.
you're good.
But yeah, it's
I have a question.
Yeah.
So vulnerability. I know that I have shown my vulnerability in many different aspects for quite some time. And it's like being brave, right? The definition of being brave is not that you're not afraid of anything. It is having the fear of something and still going on and accomplishing it. And I feel that that's the same with vulnerability, right? Having not everything, not knowing everything, and being okay with letting that out. Do you define vulnerability in the same manner? Because it's a multi-meaning word, right? And it means many different things for many different people.
right. I think for me, what you just said, it means a lot of different things for me.
Yeah.
One, we talked about being here and sharing and being on this podcast. I am so happy we're doing it, but at the same time, it's extremely vulnerable for me, and I get it. It's uncomfortable, and right, it's okay to be uncomfortable. And I think in other aspects of my life too, even like with what I do, I'm at the shop every day, and we talked about you being more chatty, and that's something that I do every day. Like I mean, I love working with people.
Yeah.
I love that, but I always have to be on.
Yes.
Yeah.
No matter what, and sometimes
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's draining. Sometimes it takes a lot from your day. I know what you mean. I think any career where you're working with people and working in the public and you have to always be on and, be that smiling face, it's hard, because sometimes you're having a bad day. A lot of things are going on in your life. No one knows what's going on in your family life, and you still have to, greet people. And so, so at the end of the day, you're mentally exhausted because you haven't been able to just be yourself and to sit with some of the stress that you have.
Right. And like this past week, it's been a week.
Yeah.
I think every day, because Lindsay, we work right near each other, so she'll, stop in the shop. And I think all the time that you stopped in this week, I was just like
Yeah.
having a day, and
Yeah.
it's just been like a week. And um, so yeah, I think I don't think you can kind of define that in one.
Solid definition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
It could be different. And I think there are levels of it too. Like I said, I don't
Yeah.
think that my hair thing was a real big thing. But for me,
But for
it's,
you,
for
yeah.
me, it's a vulnerability that some people are like, oh, that's not really being. No, for me, it was being vulnerable. Versus like another vulnerability of talking about things that have happened to you, of past traumas, and talking about those out loud. That's about being vulnerable and
Yeah.
sharing stories about what has happened to you, or things like that. A lot of people don't want to talk about.
Right. And I think,
things like that.
part of vulnerability is also trust. Like there's so many things that, like when you talk about like talking to people about trauma, or you want to talk about it, but then for me, okay, I want to talk about the,
Yeah.
whatever we're going to talk about, but then right after that, will I be able to trust
Yes.
where I'm at, or who I'm with, or who I'm talking to?
Ye-
And
the judgment that you think of
Yeah.
them, are they going to think of me differently?
Right.
Because I've exposed a little bit of myself.
right.
So is it trust with the space that you're sharing it, or is it trust within yourself?
I think all of it.
I think it's
I
both.
think it's a combination.
See,
I think that's why we keep our circle very small.
Right.
Because for that particular reason, we've always kept it. It's always been the three of us, and
yeah.
I think that's a part of that. Well, for me,
No, I
Yeah.
agree. I think,
Yeah.
you absolutely right here. And I know we, both of you have this too, but outside of this, I have a few
Yeah.
more
yeah,
women in my life
Right.
that I absolutely trust, as I know you do, and I know you do. But you're right, we do keep our circle small, and I think that has to do with trust and the, being vulnerable, and safe, spaces and places, and and all of that, So for me, I don't think there's one answer for me
Yep.
with
I
that.
don't think so. I agree.
As I was saying it, I was like, "Oh, this is heavy." Like,
And
it was really heavy.
Yeah,
The question.
yeah,
in
that
itself.
is
yeah, because I think, like you said, there's just many layers too.
right. You were talking about brain fog.
Right. Like,
Oh, let me tell you about some brain fog I have.
are we? Wait. Okay.
I could not remember if I submitted paperwork to Yuli's school, right? So like I was
I
like,
didn't sign your paper yet.
oh, and I didn't bring it. So anyway, I was supposed to send I was supposed to send paperwork in to Yuli's school. So I was like, I think I sent it in. So then I was like going back to my emails. Then I was having an issue with my email, and then I'm like, I'm gonna have to email the school and ask them if I sent it in. So I sent it in. I emailed. I'm like, hey, did I submit this paperwork? I'm like. And she's like, oh, yes, I have it. I was like, this brain frog is like crazy. And she was like, I know. And she knew exactly what I was talking about, because I'm like, I know, I think I did it. Like, I remember doing it, but then I'm like, I don't know, did I imagine it? Like, I almost feel like I think I do things, and maybe I didn't do it.
No, I agree.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. I have brain fog all the time. This week I've been on the struggle bus,
Yeah.
and it's just been.
It's apparent I do, because it just happened.
I got a question. Outside of like you guys, how are you vulnerable? I guess with people outside here, whether it be your marriage, family, whatever it is.
Well, is it all right if I go?
Yeah.
So, when I stated that I've been vulnerable for quite some time, I'm going to say that it started with teaching, right? So I'm vulnerable in front of my students because I let them know, like, yeah, I'm here to teach you, but I don't know everything. I know a little bit about everything, but I don't know absolutely everything. And that flowed into teachers, which, not for nothing, with adults, it's a whole different layer, right? It's the it ups the ante, shall I say, because kids, they just take it and accept it, and they're just like, oh wow, Mrs. Fenton, she's just like us. She makes mistakes, and that's okay. Where teachers may be like, oh, I'm going to her, she should know this, but I'm okay with letting them know that I don't know everything. But the thing that I will, in fact, do is I will get that answer for you because I feel like that's the part that needs to get done, right? And we're all growing. And so that if I'm showing them my tail, quote unquote, then I'm creating a layer or a space of comfortability where they too can do that because they know I'm not judging them off of it. I want to grow with them. And I think that that's the part in why I asked about the trust. I feel that because I trust myself completely and fully, I move forward with being vulnerable and being okay to show it, which was not always the case. So that's the professional aspect. With my husband, I think that's the scariest part, is being vulnerable with someone that you're intimate with someone that you love, right? Because you're showing all aspects of your vulnerability, whether you know it or you don't know it. Because sometimes situations arise and it just comes out, and I'm just like, oh shit, sorry, I kind of fucked up, whatever. But there it is. I did it. That's me. And thank God for my husband because he accepts every single aspect of me. And I think that was a part that really helped me solidify the understanding of who I am. Because what he had stated to me, and this is when we first started dating, everything that I have gone through created the person that is in front of him right now. And he loves that. It's like, wow. Where, other times I would try to put that away or no, can't tell that. People are going to say this, people are going to say that. Not him. And I'm good with that. So that's that safety. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah,
Being that safe.
that was great. I don't know why I feel so emotional. And what?
Well, I think part of it.
I think we're happy that she's able to be vulnerable with this person that she loves and he loves her and
Yeah.
he's accepting of her as she is, and that's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So I think that's why we're getting emotional.
I know.
Am I gonna cry right now?
I don't want to cry. We're so happy. Yeah, I think that's where the emotions come from. To hear her say that.
Yes.
That's great.
That's that love.
That is. That's yeah. So I don't know. I was thinking about that when you asked, and I think right now for me where I'm at, something. Oh, not you asked, but Christian asked. Um, outside of what we're talking about, um, well, there's so many things, but I'll just pick one. And I think I'm gonna choose. Right now for me is being a parent.
Oh, yes. Thank you. That's what I was going to say. Mine was being a parent
Yeah.
and not knowing all the answers and having to verbalize that to your child to be like, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. Like, I honestly don't know.
Yep.
Like I make mistakes. I'm going through life for the first time, and maybe like he'd be like, "Oh, my son's getting ready to go off to college," so he's like, "Well, this is financial aid. You should know." I'm like, "I did financial aid like 30 years ago, guy.
Right.
Like, come on. Like, I graduated from high school 30 years ago. 30 years.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't even know. And this is not." I have an older son he took a different route. He went into the
Right,
military.
right.
So this college experience is brand new. So I'm looking at this financial aid package and I'm like, I need someone to talk to me
Right.
to explain this to me. So that's like exposing my vulnerabilities to my son. Like, because they look at you and they think that you have the answer to everything. Like, he's like,
Yes.
well, you should know this.
Yes.
Like, what does this job do? I don't know what that job does. I don't do that job.
Right.
No, I
Let's
think
Google it together. Like, and just,
I agree. I feel like the I guess like the phase we're in right now for me and just with my children, my young adults, and trying to navigate that and not, how do I explain this? Like we talked about when they were little, they would ask,
It was easy.
ask me things,
Yep.
and I would have an answer right away, even if it was not the right answer. I would have time.
It
to
was
go,
right for them.
right, to go find that answer.
Yep.
Now it's like I want to make sure, and I mean nothing's perfect, but I want to really be genuine and be able to answer
Yep.
what they're asking, or be able to comfort them when they need that.
Yep.
And be able to at times I feel like I just want to fix it, or I just want and you can't do that. And
Right. And I think Lindsay had a good point when she said, I don't know the answer. Let's Google it
Right.
together. So that shows a really good side of vulnerability. Also, a great learning aspect and a connection when that happens, right? Because the two of you, like Lindsay and Niall, are learning about FAFSA together,
Right.
then and there.
and I just think it's just there are things that they're going to have to experience and get through on their own. And for me, I feel vulnerable in those areas, just you have letting them go through this and letting them experience that. And they have to, because it's that transition.
Yes.
And I am learning it just like they are, and navigating it together. And so, and I don't even know if I'm explaining it right, but I feel vulnerable in that area right now. That parenting,
'Cause you're not
the
an expert at
parenting
it.
era that I'm in right now. You're not an expert at anything, right?
Right.
But it's this era that I'm in, parenting young adults.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. It's so very different.
And there's so many new things coming at me because it's new things coming at them.
Yes.
And you want your children to be strong. You want them to use their voice.
Yes.
You want them to be independent. You want them to be vulnerable. All of the things, right?
Yep.
And so, and how do you navigate that? And that's where I'm at as far as your question about vulnerability outside of what we were talking about. Where else is it in my life? Right now, for me, it's in that parenting young adult era.
And I really appreciate you saying that.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
What about specifically the vulnerability you guys have with daughters, or the vulnerability that they do or don't have with you?
Oh,
Ooh.
that is really big. So my daughters are older, right? My eldest is 28 and my little one is 21, about to be 22 right after you, Christian. And they have seen me vulnerable at times that I didn't even realize I was being vulnerable. And I know this because I had conversations with Jai. And now I'm going to get emotional. Because that is my lovey. You know? I had her when I was 19. I grew up with her. And she has seen me go through a lot of difficult times. And I think that that is a huge part of being vulnerable. Letting them see mommy's not always right.
And mommy's human too.
Mommy is way, way human, right? And I have leaned on my girls during those times because they're mine. So I think with me and my life situations, it's just created a space of showing vulnerability and the, you know, everything has a cause and effect, right? So that was the cause. The effect of it was them being able to know that they can be vulnerable with me because I'm not going to judge them on that because they done seen me go through it.
Yeah.
And they feel comfortable and they know like, hey, mommy's done it. Mommy unfortunately went through it, but she has information for us and they come to me for that. And so I tell them, you choose what you want to do and with whom you want to share your time with. It's up to you. It's up to them. It is never going to be forced upon my girls. And they know this and they're solid with it. Like Jai, my eldest, she has a boyfriend, right? She's 28. And it's literally her second boyfriend, like real boyfriend. And she was worried that she wasn't going to find her person until she was, you know, in her 40s, like me, when I found my true person. And I think that, you know, that scared her a little bit. But I always told her, wait for your blessing. Don't waste your time on stupid ass guys. Because it's so worth it. So, yeah. And look, I was just vulnerable.
Yeah.
We know.
Like real
Yeah.
vulnerable.
Yeah. Christy, can you repeat that question again?
Vulnerability with your daughters.
With our daughter.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Because it's different, right?
I mean, I think so. And
Whether
some
it be them being vulnerable with you or you with them, both ways.
with me and Maddie, it's definitely been both ways. You know, me if I'm and if I've been wrong in situations, which yes, so many situations, right? And us talking it out, but also her letting me know about myself in like in a respectful way, but me
accepting it.
accepting it and okay, these are things that I need to do like I need to do differently or work on and vice versa. with me telling her. And us going through that, it's vulnerable for both of us on both ends. Her talking to me being her mother, and going through that, and vice versa. But being able to do that and being able to feel comfortable, but also within that comfort level, you're still feeling vulnerable,
Right.
you know. But it's a safe place and space
And it's
for
okay.
for my daughter
Yeah.
to talk to me about whatever we're talking about. And it's okay for me to tell her, you know what, you were right, Maddie. I shouldn't have said that, or I should have done that differently. Because parents are not always right, and we don't have all the answers.
Correct.
And our kids, I know we're talking about daughters, she's taught me so much,
Yes. Oh, Lord Jesus.
and I'm grateful for that. And there's going to be a lot more to go.
Yep.
But I'm here for it. And I'll continue being vulnerable as she will, but we'll do it together.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I love that.
How about you?
And I know, sorry, just real quick. I have apologized to my daughters.
Yeah.
Oh,
me
yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And for me, that is real vulnerability, right? And I've never received that from my parent, my mother. My mother, she would never say, I'm sorry, you know?
I've definitely apologized. I've even asked, like, okay, if like there was a certain situation, okay, I said it this way, but how? I asked the question.
How
like,
should I
how
have
How
should I-
should I have said
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
What should I do differently? What should my approach be that would engage a better dialogue than what we were doing?
I've asked
Because
that.
sometimes I'm very hard on my
too.
daughters.
Yeah.
I have very high expectations. You know, because I do that to myself.
Right.
So I do that to her too. Like, you
Same.
need to do this. You have to do this.
Yes.
And then, she calls me out on that. Like, I have other things that I had to do. These are
Right.
my priorities. And I'm like, okay, Lindsay, she's right. You know. And then we have our little battle, but we always, talk about it.
Right.
And, I'm sorry goes a long way. And
It goes a long way.
yeah,
does.
just apologizing, and we're not perfect, and sometimes our emotions get in the way because we're human, and we react not the way that we want to, because we don't want to ever hurt our children. I know
Right.
no parent does. No,
Right.
that's
That's
never
not the
any
intention,
parent's
ever.
intention is to hurt their children. You know that, being a parent. So, just saying that you're sorry and then reflecting on it, taking like stepping away, because sometimes you need a break.
Yeah,
like it's
you
like,
too.
okay, you know what? You need to go in your room, and I
Yep.
need to go in my room.
Yes.
And then when you're ready,
We need a timeout.
We need a time
yeah,
out.
and
Yeah.
it's funny because Elena would be like, "Okay, so we're friends again." Yeah, okay, come on, and we'll talk about it. But yeah, you just need time, that space, and yeah.
Yeah. So just holding ourselves accountable with our girls is a big thing.
Huge.
And
Especially not knowing or seeing it. Like, I don't know about y'all. I know for myself, my mother never did that for me. I've never seen her vulnerable until now. And it's not because she chose to do so.
yeah.
It's due to her illness, right? So us doing it normally, regularly, is very different.
And I think parenting too is different
Yes.
now in a lot of aspects from
Yep.
when we were children and prior to that.
Yeah, I feel like our kids are a little more emotionally mature than we were.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, and maybe that's because of how we're parenting a little different, because we're giving them the space to talk about their emotions. Where I know for me, I wasn't one that talked about how I felt as a kid. I kind of bottled that in. What happens in the house stays in the house.
what we were
Like
taught.
that was just the way that we were raised. Where, we have more conversations about how we're feeling. If I've done something to offend my kids, they
Right.
don't. They will tell me. They will call me out.
My
on
kids will too.
Yeah.
They will let me know, like, oh, like what's going on. And sometimes it isn't in the best way, but that's them acknowledging that, that doesn't sit right with me. Maybe something's going on with you, but the way you're treating me right now
It's
is
not okay.
Is not okay. And I don't think I would never do that. I would never do that as a kid. I would just be like, oh, okay. Just
It's
kind of
like-
retreat. I would retreat and do
Yep.
something else and be like, okay, whatever's going
'Cause we
on in
didn't
that
have that
situation.
space.
Right.
Yeah.
Where my kids will like,
Yeah, they know how to
can
use their
s-
words.
Yes. Yes.
And they know how to use their voice.
Yeah.
And again, I'll speak for my children, and I think you guys will be on the same page. But they use their voice, and not in a disrespectful
nope,
way,
not at all.
but
Not at
they use their voice to,
Stand their ground.
which
It's
I love
great.
and would want them to outside of
Yes.
the house. And sometimes I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
yourself.
yeah.
No.
But I
Yeah.
am proud of them for that, and even the words they use, they're able to explain
Yep.
and tell me why they felt this way and advocate for themselves in
Yes.
so many different areas. They're doing that at home, and that's what we want.
Right.
But they're able to do that outside of the home.
Yes.
And I think that's why we apologize to them also, right?
If yes, if the apology,
If it's necessary, needed,
Right.
whatever, warranted. We're not going to not apologize
or just turn
just
the other head or
because.
sleep it on the
Right.
Yeah.
rug,
because
ignore
we're
them.
because
yeah.
we're the parent.
Because we're the
you're
parent.
child.
Right,
And
Why?
that's how we
when
were
you
raised.
asked why,
Right.
it was because I'm the mother
And
or
I-
I'm the father,
Yeah.
I'm the
Don't- yeah.
parent. And we were like, I can't give that answer to
I
my
can't. That's
kids.
not a.
No,
That's
it's
not
not
a
an
that's not
answer.
an
It's not
answer.
an
They're
answer.
like, why? Like, what?
Right.
I don't understand. Can you explain to me
Yes.
why I
And yes,
can't
will.
go
I will sit
or
down
why
and
you're
explain.
feeling,
Yeah.
yeah,
the way you're
you're
feeling.
way
feeling
you're
about
feeling.
something? They would like an explanation, which I respect.
Because we want the same thing. We
Yes,
want, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but I think, and all that being said, there's vulnerability in all of that,
Oh yeah.
and all of it. And so,
So seemingly, we've all been practicing vulnerability for quite some time without really knowing it, right?
yeah, I mean, at times I do know, okay, yeah, I'm feeling super vulnerable. And then other times, for me, other times I'm just like on autopilot and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
going
Yep.
through it, knowing, oh gosh, the anxiety or the, all of that. And so,
And that's okay too.
no, it is okay.
Yeah.
But that's my vulnerability, and sometimes the autopilot, you just go through it because, okay, I'll deal with it afterwards.
Yeah, but that's you recognizing that right now, I gotta save myself,
Right.
right? And I'll
Yeah.
handle it,
Yeah.
but just not right now.
Not right now.
Because there's so much going on that the only thing you can do is be on autopilot.
Yeah.
It's like
We all know we all know what that autopilot feels like, right?
yeah, it's like a survival,
Yeah.
right? It's kind of like I get up on a Saturday morning, not too early because Saturdays I get to sleep in. But I'm driving, and the automatic thought in my head is work.
Yeah.
So I go, I'm driving,
I do
I
that.
drive to work. No, you're not working today. And it's like, oh, because I wasn't present while I was driving.
Yeah.
It was autopilot.
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 Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. there's so much more
Mm-hmm.
we could keep going and going and going.
Yeah, definitely.